and it's like, oh, can you share a photo of yourself? And I shared a photo of my face. And his reply was, I think you abused the word cute.
Oh! How dare you?
Okay, I just want to reply. Like, my inbox is very empty. Sometimes it's just me messaging people, but no response.
I believe in ghosting.
Oh.
On dating apps, you feel free to ghost because you are not obliged to respond to anyone.
Welcome back to a super fragilicious expelliarmus is that how you say it? Episode of the Unfiltered Gay Podcast. My name is Aiman,
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Kieran.
and today's episode is brought to you by Jack, the premier social app for gay, bi, trans, queer people in Asia with over 15 million active users in Asia alone. Yay! Thanks, Jack.
That's a lot of people. A lot of hot guys.
A lot of men for us to peruse. So today's episode is all about gay dating apps. So when was the first time you guys ever used a gay dating app?
15, 16, I don't know, around that age.
18, 16 is actually quite
Teenage
far.
years.
Okay.
Teenage years. I don't remember.
When you were young and impressionable twink.
Yeah, who remembers the exact year?
We did.
I remember when I was 16 lah.
Well, I had a life, so I remember other things. But oh my god, I know what I was on before that.
Sorry.
Blowing wind.
No!
Do you find yourself approaching people?
Yes. I think it really depends on the mood.
Okay.
So there are some weeks where you feel like you just want a little action. So you would just say seek, or you would be like DTF.
Oh.
Like immediately just cut straight to the point.
Din Tai Fung.
Then of course there are some weeks where you're like, okay, I just want to get to know people. So you're like, hi, how are you doing? What you're up to? I see you're online.
So your approach changes
do
based
that.
on your
Yes,
intention.
Yes.
Wow. And does seek usually get you action?
That's what?
Does saying seek usually get you action?
Okay, it depends on the photos that you use.
It feels so lazy though, like, hi, seek.
Can I just say that when I was young, I remember this experience because I didn't know what username to choose.
Okay.
So I chose the username like
Horny twink.
cute boy, like whatever, number, right?
Cute boy 85.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Okay, so I didn't know like what to put, so I just put cute boy. And then this person DM me and we started talking, and it's like, oh, can you share a photo of yourself? And I shared a photo of my face. And his reply was, I think you abused the word cute.
Oh!
How dare you?
Okay, can we give a special message to this guy right now? Because look at what he missed out on.
Look at how he glowed up.
Yeah, the glow up is real.
Okay, that wasn't a point, but
Crazy.
that was actually very damaging to my self-esteem. Like,
Okay, so, imagine you're hot stuff and people are texting you, right? What's the best pickup line you've heard? Or like, how do you prefer people to approach you?
I personally prefer people to be direct and just say like what they want. I think six a bit lame, but just say like, hey, I'm so and so, I'm looking for friends or for a friendly fuck, and then there's like the details, and then that's it. Because I don't have time to waste and like go through IG detective work and all this. I just want to know exactly what it is and whether I have time to spare for this.
So you want intention, accompaniment photos, and evidence.
Yes.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
that for
get to
you.
the point. Yeah.
How about you, Kim?
Well, I like people who are generally wittier and people who are funny.
Yeah.
So if you hit me with a joke, that makes me feel like you're real.
Okay.
That's what turns me on.
ChatGPT can also do jokes.
Well, if you actually take the effort to churn out a joke and put it on the dating app, I would take it.
I just want to reply. Like, my inbox is very empty. Sometimes it's just me messaging people, but no response. So what do you usually look out for in terms of a profile before you start messaging them?
Okay, actually, if the profile has a lot of details, the safer I think this person is. So if it has like, statuses, obviously gender, your height, your personality, then this becomes a more trustworthy profile. So I look at like, how people write and what people share online.
Right, and Jack has that lah. I feel like I've seen Jack profiles with like the statuses and stuff like that, and at least I feel like if they were being honest, and I feel quite safe, especially because you can't just go around and suck anybody's dick.
I will look at the photo, which is probably the most prominent thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And obviously, if there's no photo, that's suspicious.
Okay.
But also, a photo which is too nice is suspicious. Like a photo which is too,
No, must see whether it's pixelized or not. Yes.
well, that too, but you can also have sharp photos of very nicely taken shots, right? And I feel sometimes it's a bit suspicious because it feels like they just ripped it off.
For the internet.
Yeah. No, sometimes I like to zoom in to the jaw and see if it's blended from the background. Because if the jaw is blended from the background, you know that this person actually slimmed his face with like Meitu or whichever editing app. So the trick is to zoom into the jaw.
Okay, so you're saying you will never talk to someone who has no pictures.
Of course.
I like it. I like to talk to people. It's like like pop mart like that. It's like unboxing, but like blind box kind of vibes. Like you never know what you're gonna get. Like is he gonna be a creepy uncle? Is he gonna be a cutie who's actually discreet?
Okay, if let's
But most of
say-
the time, it's a creepy uncle.
Yeah.
Okay, no. If the profile has no pictures but has a lot of like details about their personality, would you still talk to them?
Yes. I mean, I talk to them even if there's nothing on the profile. No, but I've watched this podcast and they were telling me that you need about 4 different kind of photos. The first photo is usually a nice photo of yourself. The second photo is of you with your friends. Because you cannot show that you're a loner. You must show that you're with your friends. The third photo is of you and something that you're doing. So whether you're working out, whether you're having a hobby, rock climbing, whether you're playing games, you're hosting whatever shit. And the last photo is always of you and a pet if you have.
But it has to be you with a pet, not just your pet.
Not just your pet. No, it has to be you
Yeah,
and your pet.
to just verify that it's your pet.
Because apparently it shows compassion and all these things, which I don't think gay men care about, to be honest.
Well, we can show a picture of you and your grandmother. That's compassionate also.
And the death bit,
I did not say that. I just said your grandmother.
how to make millions.
Or a selfie of you at your grandmother's funeral.
Okay, as with the internet, I feel like there should be a semblance of social etiquette when it comes to gay dating apps. So let's talk about the social etiquette, using these apps. If let's say we are both faceless accounts, who should be the one sending the profile picture first, like the face pic first?
I want to say you first, but I think you're going to get irritated at me.
Everyone always says you first.
No,
and
okay,
it's like a
but
cycle.
firstly, you should not even have a faceless profile.
that is true.
Like
But
it
what
just
if you
shows
are
that you're not
discreet?
confident.
But what if you're discreet?
Then
no?
show your dog.
No, but like if you are discreet, stay out of the app.
Oh shit, man.
So I'm going to defend discreetness because I've used like the app in Malaysia where people need to be discreet because of certain religious laws or, even in Singapore, in that case, like people, because of their jobs, job security or family may possibly disown them. So I guess there's a certain level of discreetness that is applicable and okay. But then I guess the question now is like who would send a photo first, right? If both are discreet.
The person that texts first.
Yeah,
I feel like if you text first, hey, fun, you should be sending your photos.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like if we are going to meet, there is no point in saying like, I'm discreet, I can't send you my pic.
Agree.
Because I'm gonna see you anyway. I'm gonna suck your kids out of your dick.
But when you put it that way.
Like what's the discretion for when we're gonna meet up,
Okay, well, I think that it depends on who wants to meet who first. Not so means like if you are invested in someone, I think it's okay not to share pictures first. But if you get really interested and you want to get to know them, then you should offer the next step of like sharing your profile picture.
So you're saying that two people can just constantly talk
Yes.
with discrete profiles, but
Yes.
only when the person wants to meet.
Yes, because I do know of friends who appreciate all these conversations on the app, so they don't have to see who they are talking to, as long as they enjoy the quality of the
the mental
of the conversations.
stimulation.
Yeah, but as long as you cross that point on wanting to meet that person, then you should actually take that initiative to send your photo.
What about profile pictures? Like how often? Like how recent do you think the photos has to be?
For me, it's last 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah,
lot
at least
happened in
within
3
the last 3 years, because every tender from the government always asks for your last 3 years of portfolio. So I think that should be the span of time.
But you can get like really fat in 3 years. Actually, in 1 year you can get really fat.
That's true. That's true.
And then that would be a catfish.
Oh shit, man.
I would be so pissed off if I meet someone and it's completely different. Either he is inflated. I'll be so pissed. So I think to me, it's really in the past few months to 1 year max.
But it's
Because-
very literally to keep updating a photo.
Yeah, but it is your responsibility to stay accountable to who you are in real time
But this is just for sex, or is it just for like dates and all that included?
for everything.
Okay. Because I think for me, when it comes to like just having like sex, right, I don't really care.
Even if
Like I say, I love pork mart, like it's a blind box. Like I never know what I'm gonna get. So I don't mind if they're a bit pudgier than they look. I don't mind if they're skinnier or what. But if let's say I'm like dating this person, right, then I would want to at least make sure they look like how they look lah. If you're not interested in someone that DM you on, the dating apps, right? Because these dating apps, for all the white ladies that are watching this, okay, Jilly, I'm talking to you. You can approach and text the person first. They don't have to like match with you. You can have access to their profile to talk to them. So, do you think it's better to reject by sending them a message, or is no reply a response?
I believe in ghosting.
Oh.
On dating apps, you feel free to ghost because you are not obliged to respond to anyone. And it's like a market. You know, you check, you like look at this piece of meat. If you don't like them, you just put it down and walk away.
I agree. I believe that you don't need to respond.
Yes.
But also because when you do respond with a rejection, they will respond again.
Yeah.
And they'll start asking, from my experience, asking a lot of questions. So just don't even respond.
As someone who's been on the receiving end of a lot of rejections, right, I prefer not getting a response.
So exactly. So you like it when people ghost.
Yeah, because I'm okay with that. Because to me, I really think that if they were interested, they will respond. But if they text me like, hey, I'm not interested, you're not my type, then it kills my delulu a bit because I feel like, oh shit, man, he didn't just miss out my message. He really don't like me. Yeah. And the worst one is when they actually respond with something as holic. Like, yesterday I was using the app. I texted this guy like, hey, because he was near my house and he says his name is Come On Me. So I said, hey, and what he replied to me, he replied, ew.
Oh my God.
And I was like, wow. And he replied, ew, bye.
I like how you open the app.
Yeah, because I want to show the message. So angry. His photo don't even have his face. It was just the body.
That is so hypocritical.
Yeah, and to that fucker who lives around my area, Marceline, you know what? Come on me. I hope the next time you have sex, all the shit comes out your ass. No matter how many times you do shit.
Even if it's stopping?
Even if he's stopping, especially when he's stopping. Let's talk about the one thing that I find unique on gay dating apps. Racial preferences. I say this is unique because on street dating apps, right, I've never seen through my friends' accounts like people stating only interested in Chinese. But on like gay dating apps, especially in Singapore, I see like Chinese only or no Malays, no Indians. Like, I personally feel it's very weird to be specifically prejudiced against a certain race because I feel like when you put something like that online, it's like an ultimatum. A preference shouldn't be an ultimatum. It's like I prefer white chocolate over dark chocolate, but I can still eat dark chocolate. You know what I mean? But when you're saying no Malays, no Indians, then that means you have like this racial prejudice against them. Maybe you think like Malays are this, Indian people are like that. Then that develops into racism, I feel.
I have a lot to say about that. I don't agree with it. I think it's really just a no-no to say such things.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I've actually talked to my friends who are under the racial preference, and some of them have actually agreed with it. Some of them actually say that they prefer it because it doesn't waste time, and that, when they see such a thing, they're just like, well, fuck this, I don't want to be part of it. So, as much as I disagree with it, people are actually okay with this, and I'm not saying from the majority race, right? The one which I don't get is the one which I really, really don't get is when you show a photo and people can't really tell what race you are, and then they find you hot. But then after that, when you say that, oh, I'm actually like not Chinese, then people are like, oh my God, like I don't like this. Like, how is it possible that you can find a photo and a person hot until you find out their race?
Yeah, that's
it doesn't make
racism.
but it doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very poor form.
Yeah. I mean, talking about like the time waste, to me, how much time does it really save lah? 1 second, 2 seconds. It's just the act of putting it out there. I just feel like it's very icky because it makes you put yourself on this pedestal where you feel like you're like disprivileged enough to put something so blatant out there. You know.
Well, I think we should not mask preferences. No, sorry. I think we should not mask racism with preferences.
Yeah.
And for people who actually use it because they are inherently racist,
Yeah.
that should be stopped. It should not even be, displayed on your profile in the first place.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, if I see a person who says like Chinese only, I'm actually quite turned off also by it because you're just saying you're racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but actually, what is worse is when you fetishize races. So there are people who would put Malays only, and they could be from the majority race.
Yeah.
Then that is like a form of fetishization, which is terrible because you should not objectify like a group of people purely for their race.
Yeah. Like for me as a chap person, I don't mind if someone put on their profile no chap, no femme. Because I feel that is attraction. You know, a lot of people will normally not get attracted towards a guy with a bulging tummy. And as gay men, they will also have attraction towards men because some of them say they are gay for a reason or they like men. So I get why looking feminine can turn people off. Okay, so when you come across all these profiles, right, what strikes out to you as a major red flag or a green flag for you?
Well, definitely if you put like Chinese only or Malays only, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If you only have one photo that is overly nice and looks old, that's a red flag.
Okay.
If you only show your name and you don't show your height, your preferences, I mean not preferences, but your description, red flag.
Okay.
So what's a green flag? A very elaborate profile.
A green flag is someone who is invested in like painting a picture of themselves on the dating app so that people can get to know like you.
A red flag to me is someone who asks you to add on Instagram and then after that just doesn't like you know what I mean. Like
Follow that follow.
to clarify, I like to go through the Instagram route actually because I want to verify who you are and make sure that you are the person that you are presenting yourself as.
Okay.
But then there are also people who just want to do it through Instagram, but then they just don't ever talk to you after that. Like the moment you're on Instagram, they don't talk to you.
For me, not much red flags. If they reply me, it's a green flag.
Wow, that's a... Okay.
Aiman has very low standards, so that is expected of him.
I wouldn't call it low, I think minimal.
No standards, sorry.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just trying to open myself to as many opportunities
You
as
need to hold yourself
possible.
in high regard.
Higher regard.
Yes.
I just thought of one more red flag.
Oh, yes.
People who block you after finding out that like you don't match. Like they quickly block your profile when they realize that there's nothing that they can take from this exchange.
But what if you all talk on the apps, right? Things go well, he comes over, y'all had amazing sex. The moment he leaves, he blocks you.
Oh,
I know people like that because
I always get confused by
they lose interest after that one encounter, even though it's amazing. People have very short attention span. They lose interest. They don't want to revive
Round
their
2,
connection.
no, round 2? No. Season 2, episode 3?
No, they got bored. They got bored.
Yeah, they got bored of you, Aiman. They got bored of you.
Yeah. And it's not. I don't think it's bored of him. I think it's just bored of the person. Like it could be anyone. They just want a one person kind of thing. Like, I'm done. Yeah, I've ticked it off the list. Yeah.
Let's talk about our special encounters on the app Jacked. Okay. I've actually met someone special when I was very, very young. Not that young, but young enough. Anyway, this was my first ever real date. And he brought me around Tanjong Pagar, Neil Road. We went to play. We went to Does Your Mother Know? And, I've actually knew what it was like being loved by another man because of Jack, because of meeting him on the app. Yeah. And until now, I still remember him. We still talk occasionally. He has another boyfriend now. It didn't work out because he wanted me to come out to my parents, but I wasn't ready yet at the age.
Wait, his criteria was that you come out to your
No,
parents?
because he wanted me to move in with him.
Oh.
But Malay
fast.
families, right? We are like heavy nesters. You can only move out once you get married. So how was I supposed to explain to my mom when I was like 19, 18?
Get married.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, you didn't think about that.
You should be a woman first.
Yeah, because male and male marriage are not allowed.
Yeah.
That's right. And according to the rumors, I'm transgender, right? So So how about you? Have you met anyone special on the Rate app?
Well, I think that Jacked is really the app that I made quality friends when I was clubbing. I mean, I still am clubbing, but it has a very nice community of people who were interested to like befriend you. Not necessarily date, because I didn't really date anyone from the app, but I made a lot of friends. We went out clubbing, and till now, like we still are friends.
So how about you, Isaac?
Well, I've met actually quite a lot of friends through Jacked also. I
Okay.
think it's a nice platform that you can actually meet sincere people, and I think the key thing is that the people in there at least kind of show more photos of themselves, so you know what you see. It's a bit more sincere. It's not so much catfishing. And then when you talk to them, you actually get to know them. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I also think that Jacked is quite core to like a queer person's identity growing up in Singapore in the early 2000s.
Correct.
And apparently it's also very, very popular in Korea. It's the only app that you use in Korea when you want to when you want to make friends.
Oh.
Like it is really the only app that has a lot more Korean profiles.
Correct.
So you can meet all your oppas and your...
Actually, it's true because I used to go to Korea once a year, and every time I went to Korea, I would use Jacked, also known as Jacked, and these are the people that I make friends with. They actually, we don't hook up, I can actually make real friends, and they bring me to Itaewon, to Homo Hill, and we have a lot of fun times there. Anyway, we've all been given a free 15-day trial to try out Jack Pro. And honestly, I've been using it. One of my favorite features is the fact that I can filter out my sex preferences. Yeah, because, actually the normal filter, I can filter out who's into chubs. But with the sexual preferences, I can filter out people who are like tops only, or like tops versus sides, and I can even filter out people with no photos. So I can have like everyone with photos. So to me, it's like a wonderful gallery of people who might possibly be interested in me.
So you just don't want to waste time, and it's helping you save time.
Yes. And honestly, it's been helping me find out who's around the area and if things can happen. Yeah, and I've been getting responses because, these people actually respond to me because I'm what they're looking for.
Yo, that's very helpful actually.
Yes!
Did you know that also you can load like 10 times more profiles, which is very helpful? No, because I have a very short attention span, and when I go on the apps, I'm just like, or like,
Doom scrolling.
yeah. I sometimes I don't even know if I'm looking at anyone. I'm just scrolling. But at least you can load more now, and you kind of like just kind of extend your expectations, and you also have a better variety of who you're looking at,
Yeah.
which is very useful.
That's actually one of my favorite features because it also has unlimited scrolling. And Jack has over 15 million like boys on the app. When I feel like I can scroll unlimitedly, I get the impression that like, there's actually a ton of people online that I can talk to and like browse anonymously, look at their profiles, snoop here, snoop there, stalk people. If I see my friend on Jack, I will screenshot and I will send it to him.
Oh. But I mean, like, some people are worried, like, if they can see your profile, the other person can see your profile as well. But if you use the Pro function, there's also stealth mode. So that means you can look at people without them looking at you. I'm actually using the Pro now, and I can even see, like, wow, there's so many things that we can do on it. Full message history, unlimited private albums. Can you imagine the amount of nudes I can get?
With consent.
With consent.
And without cheese also.
Oh, and what's the best part? You can unsend messages if you're on Pro.
Oh my god, that is so useful.
Yeah, you know what? So let's say I say to this guy, like, hey, you're gonna have fun. And the guy is like, ew, fuck off, you're disgusting. I can unsend the message and make it look like he's attacking me for no reason. So don't take our word for it. Why don't you try Jack Pro for yourself? There's gonna be a little code here. And then you just have to follow the instructions and you get full access to whatever we talked about and peruse at your own enjoyment.
Browse anonymously.
Yes.
And
Comment
send
below.
messages.
Let us know if you have a successful sexual expedition.
Or making friends,
Oh yes,
or finding a partner.
Oh.
Yeah, it can be used for anything. It's a social app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can even use the app, put the search filter to Woodlands, filter the age to 27 to 29 only, and you'll find me there and you can message me on the app.
Okay.
Also, the code redemption is only for the first 1,000 users, and we got word that it's actually quickly filling up. So if you really want to try Jack Pro for yourself, this is the best time to do it. Pause the video, get on the app, and key in the code.
Yes, and actually, if you are 30 and above, all the more you should invest in Pro. Because the odds of you finding love is very low already. So you need these features, seriously, unlimited scrolling, browse anonymously, to find the love of your life. A lot of my friends are doing that now.
I think we've come to the part of the show where we give education and guidance to the young gays out there, or the gays who are figuring out themselves. So what's one piece of advice or hot take you will give to people when it comes to dating apps?
I think there's a lot of fear mongering about using dating apps and a lot of judgment from what I've assessed from not just like people my age, people who are younger than me, people who are older than me, people just like, oh, you're on the app, like, you know, and then people are very proud to not be on the app. They always say, no, I'm not on any of them. I don't think there's anything wrong about being on the apps. I think it's just a good way to really find friends, find partners, and then if you want to find sex, sure, by all means. But the thing is that how you use the app is what forms the community in the app. So if you are using it for all the wrong reasons, then you are the problem. But if you are using for the right reasons to find people and doing it without catfishing and all this, then you are contributing to a good community on the app.
I think we should treat dating apps like social apps that we make friends on. And the more invested we are with embellishing our own profiles, the safer we create communities on these dating apps, and the higher chance that you would actually finding love. Yeah.
For me, I would say don't be afraid of rejection. It's okay to get ghosted. It's okay to not get response. There is somebody out there for you. As a matter of fact, I am going to be sucking dick on Thursday night. You know.
I'm meeting you on Thursday though.
So, you know, if you think it's impossible for you, look at me. Just put yourself out there. You'll never know what's coming next for you. Anyways, we've come to the end of yet another very fun-filled, exciting episode of the Unfiltered Gay Podcast. I just want to give a huge shout out again to Jack once again for sponsoring today's episode. I think, you know, we've all had a lot of fun going through the apps, and I think sharing about the app to everyone watching, and also our millennial experience dating on these apps. Yeah. If you like this show, don't forget to check out the Patreon page for the unfiltered version, where we spill all the tea and nothing but the tea, no censorships and all that. And once again, my name is Baby.
Okay. I'm adult.
Hey, no, say, I'm supposed to say wrong thing lah. And don't forget to like,
Share.
And subscribe.
and we'll see you on the next episode of the Unfiltered Gay Podcast. Unfiltered Gay Podcast. Yeah. I'm giving us a jingle.
Bye.